Hi there, my blog post this week is about a long-term strategy that you can use to market your business. A lot of the customers that I deal with spend time and money on either creating a new website or on updating their existing website, and that's a great start. But what some of them fail to realize is that creating a website really is just the beginning, not the end point. In order to rise up the Google rankings, you need to be adding consistent, relevant, helpful content to your website. Now you could start doing that yourself. If you mapped out a blog post, for example, for your website, it might take you, let's say, 2 hours to create a half-decent piece of content. But when you factor in consistency, creating relevant content on a regular basis, you might be looking at creating 2, 3 or 4 blog posts per month, and the time quickly adds up. And as well as the time, there's also the technical skills required. Now, I specialize in creating written content, but perhaps you might want to create video content as well, or record audio. Do you have the technical skills to do those things? The production process for creating blog content comes down, for me, to the 3 Ps. That's planning, producing, and promoting. That means everything from coming up with an idea, writing a draft, going away, coming back and editing the draft, proofreading it, finding images, adding them to a platform, publishing, promoting. There's really a lot to think about there. I'm going to be talking a lot more about this topic and going into forensic detail about each stage in a coming series. Here's the real key point here. A lot of people realize that creating content is a good way of boosting your business because you attract a lot more people to your website, but they don't realize how long you need to be doing this for before you can start to see results. Some business owners say, well, okay, let's try this for 3 months, or let's try it for 6 months. And I'm here to tell you that that's not going to work. In his 2017 book, Mark Schaefer, a marketing expert, interviewed more than 70 people, and each of them took an approach of creating consistent, helpful, relevant content to try and carve out their own niche and become known. None of those people in the book managed to get much traction within 3 months or 6 months. In fact, what Mark found from interviewing people is that it took on average 2.5 years, that's 30 months, before they started to see a real impact from content on their business. I've been taking this content marketing approach seriously in my own business for more than 18 months now, and it's starting to have a real impact on what I'm able to do and the clients I'm able to work with. If you search for technical writing services in the UK, for example, on Google, you'll find me at the top of the search results. A lot of business owners will look at all this and think, can't we just pay for adverts instead? Yes, you can, and in the initial stages, that's actually probably a good idea. But as a long-term play, it doesn't really work, or at least it doesn't work as well as creating content does. Your costs per lead will go down with content, and you'll get more leads as well. So let's say you wanted to take this approach, but you don't have the time or the technical skills. Who could help you? Well, I would recommend for a written approach, getting a writer to write the drafts of the content, and then getting someone on the admin side who could handle things like formatting and publishing, and finally looking at someone who can handle the social media promotion, because there's no point creating the content unless people go off and see it. So that would be my recommendation, and I've set out some details in the blog post that accompanies this video. If you found this video helpful, subscribe to my Espresso mailing list where I share all of my blogs and videos and some other tips and tricks that I don't share anywhere else. Until next time, I'll see you soon.